Welcome to another episode of The Engaging Marketeer. And for those of you watching this on YouTube, this is very different to the previous episodes that I have done because I'm not in my podcast recording suite right now. I am in our training room, stood up, moving around, because quite frankly, this is the kind of thing I couldn't do this podcast sat down because it just gets me too angry. This gets me far too angry, so I had to stand up and move around for this. So apologies for those people watching this on video. I'm going to be quite animated during this. If you're listening to this on iTunes or Spotify or something, then it probably won't make any difference to you other than you'll feel the anger in my voice as I move around. Now, what I wanted to cover today is one of those horrific scams that go on social media in my industry regarding web design. Now, if you've ever used a local Facebook group, we've got a group for us called Pride in the Port, for example, which is a Ellesmere Port group. There's loads of other groups around the whole of the UK for local towns, local villages, or even counties, where people go in and they talk about their businesses and they talk about things that are going on. I saw somebody outside, he looked a bit dodgy, did anybody see him? That sort of stuff. Now, quite often in these groups, you'll get people wanting to break into web design. People wanting to get started in my industry, and they'll post things like, and you may have seen this yourself, would anybody like a free website? I'm looking to get my portfolio started. All you have to do is pay for the domain name and the hosting, and the website is free. That sounds like a great offer. That sounds like a great offer. If you're brand new in business and you're just getting started for the first time, I think, well, what have I got to lose? I mean, the worst case scenario will be that person is building the very first website they've ever built and it won't be very good. But it's free, so it's not going to cost you anything. You might actually get somebody who's really creative, and even though they've just got started in web design, they're brilliant at it, and you've got a fantastic website for free. Who's the winner there? You are, obviously. That's the best and worst case scenarios in that situation. Surely. No. Actually, no. Because in a lot of cases, and I've seen this myself just last week, this could be a really rotten scam. Because there's a company, and I won't name them for legal reasons. I might name them in the show notes underneath the podcast. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. I won't name them for legal reasons audibly so that you can hear it. And they're based in the UK, and they employ commission-based agents around the UK to go into Facebook groups to post pretty much that exact same message. Would anybody like a free website? All you have to do is pay for the domain name and the hosting. I'm looking to build up my portfolio. And obviously they get loads of responses from people. Oh, me, yeah, I'll have one. I'd like to know more about this. Oh, that sounds great. And then other people tag in friends they've got who are just starting businesses. Yeah, Susie, you're interested in this, aren't you? Dave, have a look at this. It's a free website. They get loads of people in. Only it's not a free website. You see, this company isn't some young girl or young lad who's just getting into web design for the first time and wants to build up their portfolio. They have tens of thousands of clients throughout the UK. And they've all been hooked in using this same process. And the websites they get, firstly, they register the domain name for you, not you. So whether you can get that domain name back afterwards is debatable. They host the website for you, costs £150 a year. Now, that's not expensive. That's very reasonable, actually, to host a website, £150 a year. But you're getting the website free, remember? The website itself is copy and paste from every other website they've done. All they do is swap the logo, the photos, and the text. That's it. If you see one website for this company, you've seen them all. If you want anything additional on that website that isn't included in that free template, say for example you want a contact form, or you want a security certificate, the little SSL padlock in the address bar, or you want additional pages, or you want some animation, or you want some video on it, or maybe you want some email addresses. Possibly, you might want email addresses. Or perhaps you even want to be able to update the website yourself via a content management system. All of this is additional. All of this is additional. Obviously, because for £150 for the hosting, how can a professional company that employs multiple people operate on that? You can't have somebody sat there designing a website, building a website, and doing it over a period of a few weeks when you're paying 150 quid, and that's for the hosting. If it was one person getting started for the first time in their bedroom and just wants to build up their portfolio, then yes, that works. But when it's a national company doing it, it doesn't work. So why are they doing it? Why are they doing it? They are hooking people in on the promise of a free website, which isn't free. That free website, which isn't free, gets them absolutely nothing because it's identical to every other single website they've ever done, taking them, and I'm estimating, 5 to 7 minutes to build. It's just copy the folder, copy paste the text, swap the logo, done. That's it. That's it. I mean, what do you expect to get from a professional company for 150 quid? What do you expect to get? Nothing, obviously. And that's what you do get, nothing. Now, I did this talk Wednesday, earlier this week. I did this talk earlier this week at a BNI meeting. I did a 60-second talk about this. I managed to condense this to 60 seconds, if you can manage such a thing. It is possible. I can be brief when I need to be. Not today, obviously. I can be brief when I need to be. And the owner of the venue we were at was sat at the table opposite, and as I was describing it, he was looking up at me going, smiling, pointing, nodding. And then after I'd done that, after the meeting finished, he walked over to me and he went, "What you've just described, it's exactly what just happened to us. Exactly what happened to us." And he showed me the website on his phone. Top of the website, exactly the same design. I almost said the company then. I said, that's that design company, that web design agency. I don't know. I don't know. Is it? He said, yeah, scroll down to the bottom. You'll see it at the bottom of the website. Scroll down. Oh, yeah, it is. That's how samey their websites are. I could identify who built it just by looking at the header of the website, because they are all exactly the same. And his words, he said that website hasn't gone live because he is embarrassed. He is embarrassed. And additionally, he paid more than 150 quid. He paid more than 150 quid. He paid, I think he told me £500 for that. So that free website that he was offered, that free website cost him 500 quid. And it hasn't gone live. And it's awful. It's embarrassing. If a 9-year-old had built it, I'd have said, you could do better, lad. It's embarrassing. I did the talk again the following day at another BNI meeting. Somebody else came up to me after it, a printer, and she said, what you described today in your 60 seconds, that's happened to us. And our website still hasn't gone live. And it's not what we wanted. It's frightening when I tell this story, all the people who listen to it and go, oh yeah, that happened to me. I know what you're talking about. Facebook group, who wants a free website? All you do is pay for the domain name and the hosting, and it's awful. And it's not free. It's cost me 150 or 200 or 300 or 500 pounds. Because maybe they wanted an email address or they wanted a contact form, and it costs more. And once you're in, you don't want to lose the money you've already paid by just walking away from it. You put more money in and put more money in. And heaven help anybody that says, I want this website to be found in Google. I want to be ranking for this, because then you're in a world of pain, because that's going to cost you a heck of a lot more. It's not going to work. And even if you did get found in Google, anybody that lands on that website is not going to inquire with you because it's rubbish. And all of this comes from a Facebook group with somebody saying, who'd like a free website? All you've got to do is pay for the domain name and the hosting, and I'll do the rest, just to build up my portfolio. Sounds like a really good offer. Sounds almost too good to be true. That's because it is. Now, if you like this podcast, please Please give me a follow or subscribe. Leave me a rating or a review if you could as well. That would be really appreciated. And I will catch you on the next podcast of The Engaging Marketeer.